Ladies and gentlemen, every day is a blank check, a fresh opportunity to invest in the life you want to create. Time is the most valuable asset we have, yet it's also the most overlooked. The question is, are you spending it wisely? Are you making every day count? Think about it. Each sunrise brings us 24 golden hours. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, old or young, every single one of us gets the same allocation. But here's the catch: once it's gone, you can't get it back. The key to a life well lived lies in treating each day like a building block for your dreams. Too often, people wait for someday to take action. But someday is not a day of the week. Life isn't measured by how many years you live. It's measured by how well you live the years you're given. So how do we make every day count? It starts with a decision to be intentional, to set meaningful goals, and to live with purpose. A decision to trade excuses for excellence, distractions for discipline, and comfort for growth. Here's what I want you to remember. It's not the big events that define your life. It's the small, consistent actions you take every day. Success doesn't show up all at once. It sneaks in quietly when you've been showing up daily, doing the work, and staying committed. You don't have to conquer the world in a day, but you do need to take a step, no matter how small. Progress compounds over time, and before you know it, you've built something remarkable. Life is too precious to let the days slip through your fingers like sand. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. So let's treat it like one. Let's honor the time we have, make the most of every moment, and leave no room for regret. Time, my friends, is the one thing you cannot buy, borrow, or barter for. It's an equal opportunity provider, giving each of us 24 hours a day, no more, no less. And yet, too many people squander this most precious resource as if it's unlimited. They wake up, go through the motions, and let the hours slip by without ever really taking hold of them. This is where they fail. You see, the value of your time is determined by how you use it. Time is not something to be spent, it's something to be invested. When you look at your day, do you see it as a collection of hours that are just going to pass regardless of what you do with them? Or do you see those hours as opportunities to build something meaningful, something worthwhile, something that's going to pay dividends in the future? Every hour you waste is an hour you'll never get back. Time doesn't wait for you to catch up. You can spend your day mindlessly scrolling through social media or waiting for the right time to take action, but that right time never comes. Success doesn't arrive on its own. It comes from the disciplined daily commitment of time well spent. Now, I'm not saying you should never take a break or enjoy leisure, but understand the difference between resting and wasting. Rest renews, recharges, and refuels. Wasting time, on the other hand, is doing things that don't bring you closer to your goals, don't move the needle, and don't add value to your life. If you're serious about success, you need to develop a deep respect for your time. Treat it like the valuable currency it is. Protect it from distractions. Guard it from negativity. Invest it in ways that will move you closer to your vision, your dreams, and your goals. Think of your time like a bank account. Every moment is a deposit, and every decision you make is either contributing to the balance or draining it. If you're spending too much time on things that don't serve you, you're bankrupting yourself. But when you invest your time in things that matter, in learning, growing, and pursuing your passion, you're building wealth, not just financial wealth, but the wealth of a life well lived. So ask yourself, how much do you really value your time? Are you treating each day with the respect it deserves? If you don't, you're letting your greatest asset slip through your fingers. Every day is a fresh opportunity, a blank canvas, waiting for you to paint your masterpiece. But what's the point of painting if you don't know what the picture should look like? That's why the most successful people don't just wake up and wander through their day hoping for the best. They wake up with purpose. They know exactly what they want to achieve, and they set their sights on it with laser-like focus. Starting your day without purpose is like setting out on a journey without a map. You may move, but you'll never know if you're heading in the right direction. You may end up somewhere, but that somewhere may not be anywhere close to where you want to be. Every morning, you must define your mission, your goal, your reason for getting out of bed. Without purpose, the day slips away like sand through your fingers. Purpose gives you a reason to take action. It gives your decisions meaning and your steps direction. It serves as the fuel that powers you through the challenges and distractions of the day. When you start with purpose, even the toughest obstacles become opportunities to grow, to learn, to build something greater. But here's the thing: purpose isn't just something you find, it's something you create. It's born out of your values, your goals, your vision for the life you want to live. Purpose isn't just about achieving big dreams or making a lot of money. It's about making your life matter in every small action you take. Whether it's in your relationships, your work, or your personal development, having purpose means knowing why you're doing what you're doing and doing it with intention. And the truth is, we all have different purposes. What drives one person may not drive another, and that's okay. Your purpose doesn't need to match anyone else's. It only needs to align with what you want to create. The key is to be clear about your own purpose. Don't let the world tell you what it should be. Define it for yourself. When you know your purpose, you can use it to guide every choice you make, every hour you invest, and every challenge you face. So start each day with purpose. Wake up with intention. Set your goals clearly, align your actions with them, and let every moment of your day be a step towards fulfilling that greater vision. When you start with purpose, every decision becomes easier, every task becomes more meaningful, and every moment becomes a chance to get closer to the life you're meant to live. Most people make the mistake of thinking that success requires huge leaps or monumental actions. They dream of the big breakthrough, the grand gesture, and the dramatic change. But here's the truth: success is built on small, consistent steps taken over time. It's not about waiting for a moment of inspiration to strike. It's about doing the work, day in and day out, no matter how small the task may seem. I think of it this way: the tallest skyscraper didn't go up in one day. It was built brick by brick, each brick an essential part of the structure. Each small action you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem in the moment, is a brick in your foundation. The small steps you take today create the momentum you need to move toward bigger things tomorrow. The power of small steps lies in their consistency. It's easy to be motivated for a day or two, but the real difference comes when you keep going, even when the initial excitement wears off. Success doesn't rely on bursts of effort, it relies on steady, persistent action. Small steps, when taken consistently, compound over time and lead to remarkable results. Now, I'm not saying you should shy away from dreaming big. Absolutely dream big. But recognize that those big dreams won't come to fruition in a single moment. It's the small, everyday actions that add up to the life you want to create. If you wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan, you'll be waiting forever. But if you take action, even in small increments, you're already on the path to progress. In fact, small steps are often more powerful than giant leaps. Why? Because small steps are sustainable. They don't overwhelm you. They allow you to build momentum at your own pace, gradually stacking up wins that keep you motivated. It's like walking up a staircase. Each step might seem small on its own, but when you look up, you'll realize how far you've come. Think about your daily routine. What's one small thing you can do today to move closer to your goal? Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes, making one phone call, or simply taking the time to plan your day. These actions might seem trivial, but they are the foundation of everything that follows. It's the power of cumulative effort. Success doesn't come from big actions alone. It comes from doing the small things consistently, day after day. So don't discount the small steps. Recognize their power. Treat every small action as a step toward the person you want to become and the life you want to live. Take your time, but don't waste it. Even small progress is progress, and over time it will lead you to places you once only dreamed of. You've probably heard it before: someday I'm going to. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll write that book. Someday I'll get in shape. Someday I'll travel the world. The problem with someday is that it's an illusion. It's a dream with no deadline, no commitment, no action attached to it. Someday is a trap, and the longer you live with it, the longer you stay stuck. Let me ask you something: when is someday? It doesn't exist. There's no date marked on the calendar that says today is the day you finally take action. If you wait for the stars to align or for the perfect moment to come, you'll wait forever. The reality is that there will always be obstacles, there will always be challenges, and there will always be reasons to put things off. But here's the secret: the perfect time to start is now, today, this moment. The trap of someday is that it gives you permission to delay your dreams. It makes you think you have all the time in the world. But in truth, time waits for no one. If you're always pushing things into the future, if you're always saying, "I'll get to it someday," then you're robbing yourself of the chance to create the life you truly want. Because make no mistake about it, every day that goes by is a day you'll never get back. You can't afford to wait. There's no such thing as a perfect time to start. You'll never feel fully prepared. You'll never have everything figured out. But that's part of the journey. The key is to take that first step, no matter how small. The first step is often the hardest, but once you take it, you gain momentum. And that momentum is what drives you forward. It's what takes you from someday to today. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying you should rush into everything without a plan or without preparation. But waiting for someday to get everything perfect is simply an excuse to avoid taking action. The truth is, the longer you wait, the harder it becomes. And before you know it, years have gone by, and you're still stuck in the same place. Think about it this way. How many people have you heard say, "I wish I had started sooner"? How many people live with regret because they waited too long to take action? You don't want to be one of those people. Don't let someday steal your future. The time to act is now, because the longer you put it off, the further you get from your goals. So stop waiting for the right moment. Stop putting things off. Break free from the trap of someday and take control of your life today. Commit to taking action, even if it's just one small step. Your future is waiting for you, but it won't come unless you make it happen. Don't let someday be the reason you look back with regret. Make today the day you start moving forward. The rest will follow. A lot of people start their day without any real plan, and then they wonder why they don't get the results they want. They wake up, get distracted by whatever comes their way, and at the end of the day, they look back and realize they've accomplished very little. The truth is, success isn't random. It's the result of deliberate, intentional actions. And that starts with planning your day. If you're not planning your day, then you're essentially letting the day control you. You're reacting to what's around you instead of creating the life you want. Without a plan, you're at the mercy of distractions, interruptions, and the whims of others. Your time slips away and you wonder where it went. But when you plan your day, you take control, you decide what's important, you prioritize, and you allocate your time wisely. Planning your day doesn't mean micromanaging every minute, but it does mean being intentional about where you put your energy. It means deciding what you want to accomplish and how you're going to make it happen. Without a plan, you're just drifting, hoping that you'll somehow get things done. But when you take the time to plan, you're setting yourself up for success. You can't expect to be successful without some sort of blueprint to follow. Think of it like building a house. If you start without a blueprint, you're just putting pieces together with no structure. But when you have a plan, every step makes sense, every action is aligned with your goal, and the foundation is solid. Your day works the same way. Every task, no matter how small, needs to fit into the bigger picture. Take a few minutes each morning to plan your day. What do you want to accomplish? What are the top 3 things that will move you closer to your goals? Focus on those and give them the priority they deserve. Then, as you go through your day, keep coming back to your plan. Check in with yourself regularly. Are you staying on track, or are you getting lost in distractions? Here's the thing: life won't wait for you to get organized. If you want to make progress, you have to make it happen. And that starts by planning your day. When you plan your day, you create clarity and purpose. You know exactly what you need to do, and you know what's important. Without a plan, you're just reacting to whatever comes your way, letting life happen to you instead of taking charge of your life. So start each day by planning your time. Decide what matters most and commit to making progress toward those priorities. The little things you do each day, the small actions you take, will add up over time. And if you're planning your day, those small actions will lead you directly toward your goals. Don't let another day slip by without purpose. Take control of your time, plan your day, and make every moment count. Too many people think success is all about what they can get: the money, the status, the accolades. But the truth is, the real secret to lasting success is in what you're willing to give, to invest, and to develop. The greatest investment you can make is in yourself. It's not about waiting for the world to hand you success. It's about making yourself the best version of you so that you can create the opportunities, relationships, and results you truly desire. Investing in your growth means constantly striving to improve, to learn, and to develop your skills. You need to dedicate time and energy to expanding your mind, your abilities, and your character. Whether it's reading books, taking courses, learning from mentors, or simply learning from your own experiences, the investment you make in your own development pays the greatest dividends. The more you grow, the more value you bring to the world around you, and the more doors of opportunity you'll open. Think about this: what you know today won't be enough to get you where you want to go tomorrow. Knowledge and skills are the currency of success. If you're not growing, you're falling behind. The world keeps moving forward, and if you stand still, you're left in the dust. So investing in your growth is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You don't have time to waste. Every day that you're not investing in your personal development is a day that you're losing ground. Personal growth is not just about what you do, it's about who you become. As you develop, you build confidence, resilience, and the ability to handle challenges that once seemed insurmountable. The skills you gain, the knowledge you acquire, and the mindset you develop all create a stronger, more capable version of yourself. And that version of you becomes unstoppable. This doesn't happen by accident. It requires discipline, commitment, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone. It requires you to be proactive about seeking growth opportunities. You need to create a routine that includes personal development as a priority. Invest in books that expand your thinking, seminars that challenge your limits, and experiences that push your boundaries. Surround yourself with people who elevate you and learn from those who have already achieved what you want to achieve. The good news is that growth compounds. The more you invest in yourself, the more you can accomplish. Every new piece of knowledge, every new skill you master, every new habit you form creates an upward spiral of progress. It doesn't happen overnight, but over time, these small investments add up to massive transformation. And let's be clear, growth isn't always comfortable. It's easy to get stuck in a rut, to fall into familiar habits, and to stay within the boundaries of what you already know. But nothing ever grows in the comfort zone. If you want to become more, you have to be willing to step out of the familiar and into the unknown. That's where true growth happens. So make the commitment to invest in yourself every day. Recognize that the more you grow, the more you can give, the more you can achieve, and the more you can contribute to the world. The best investment you'll ever make is in your own growth. And that investment will pay off in ways you can't even imagine yet. The time to start is now. Invest in yourself, and the future you want will unfold before you. Distractions are the silent killers of progress. They creep into our lives unnoticed, taking us off course and stealing our time, our focus, and ultimately our potential. Every day we face a constant barrage of distractions, social media, emails, phone calls, and even our own thoughts that lead us away from what matters most. The problem is, we often don't recognize how much these distractions are costing us until it's too late. And by then we've wasted hours, even days of our lives on things that don't move us closer to our goals. To succeed, you have to learn how to eliminate distractions. You must guard your time and attention like the precious resources they are. The truth is, distractions are not accidents. They're habits, they're choices. They don't just happen to you, you allow them to happen. If you want to achieve more, be more, and create more, you need to take control. You need to make conscious decisions about where you direct your focus. Start by identifying your distractions. It's easy to blame external factors, but often the biggest distractions come from within. The temptation to check your phone, the desire to procrastinate, or the inner dialogue that tells you to put things off until tomorrow. These are all distractions that keep you from doing what you need to do right now. And they have a cost. Every minute you spend on something that isn't helping you move forward is a minute you can never get back. The first step in eliminating distractions is to make a commitment to focus. Focus is not just about staying on task, it's about deciding what matters most to you and giving it your undivided attention. You have to get ruthless with how you spend your time. If it's not contributing to your growth, your goals, or your success, it doesn't deserve your focus. Next, simplify your environment. If your workspace is cluttered with distractions, it's going to be much harder to stay focused. Clean up your physical space and create an environment that supports your goals. Remove the things that pull your attention away from what you're trying to accomplish. If you're working on a project, turn off your phone, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and put away anything that's not related to the task at hand. You also need to set boundaries with the people around you. Distractions don't just come from technology, they come from other people too. If your colleagues, friends, or family are constantly interrupting you, you need to communicate your need for focus. Let them know that you're working on something important and that you can't be distracted. People who respect your time and focus will help you get closer to your goals, not pull you away from them. But eliminating distractions isn't just about saying no to others, it's about saying yes to yourself. It's about saying yes to your future, your growth, and your dreams. Every time you choose to ignore distractions, you make an investment in your success. You're telling yourself that your goals are worth more than the momentary pleasures of distraction. And that's a decision that will pay off in the long run. Finally, take control of your habits. Distractions often become ingrained in our daily routines. If you start each day by checking your phone or responding to emails first thing, you've already given away precious time before you even start your day. Instead, create a morning routine that sets you up for success. Start by focusing on your most important tasks first, and then deal with the distractions later. You'll be amazed at how much you can accomplish when you make the first few hours of your day distraction-free. The bottom line is these distractions are a choice, and you have the power to eliminate them. It's not easy. It takes discipline, focus, and a willingness to say no to the things that don't matter. But when you eliminate distractions, you create space for progress. You create room for growth. You give yourself the chance to truly live up to your potential. And when you make that commitment to stay focused, you'll find that your time, your energy, and your success begin to multiply in ways you never thought possible. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces you can harness in your life. It's easy to focus on what's wrong, what's missing, or what's not going right. The world is full of problems, challenges, and setbacks. But if all you ever do is look at what's wrong, you're missing the real opportunity. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the difficulties you face. It's about recognizing the blessings you already have and understanding that no matter where you are, there's always something to be thankful for. The most successful people are not those who have the least problems or the least challenges. They're the ones who have learned to find gratitude in every situation, no matter how tough it gets. Gratitude is a choice, and it's a habit that you can develop. It's about shifting your focus from scarcity to abundance. It's about appreciating what you have while working toward what you want. When you practice gratitude, you change your mindset. You stop focusing on what you don't have, and you start focusing on what you do. And when you focus on what you have, you start to realize that you have a lot more than you think. You have the ability to think, to choose, to act, to grow. You have time, you have health, you have opportunities, things that many people in the world would give anything to have. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you, it's about living with an attitude of appreciation. It's about waking up each day and acknowledging the gifts that life has given you. When you take the time to recognize the things you're grateful for, it shifts your perspective. You go from feeling like you're always lacking something to feeling like you have everything you need to succeed. But here's the kicker: the more you practice gratitude, the more you attract positive things into your life. Gratitude opens the door to more abundance. When you show appreciation for what you have, you're telling the universe, I'm ready for more. It's like planting seeds in a garden. The more seeds you plant, the more they grow and the more they multiply. The same goes for gratitude. The more you express it, the more good things come your way. You don't have to wait for a major life event to feel grateful. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect. Gratitude can be practiced right now in this moment. It's not about waiting for things to be ideal before you start appreciating what you have. It's about recognizing that right now you have everything you need to make progress.